Welcome to another edition of Dan's Models. John and Dan here looking at an N-scale caboose.
Yeah, this is a Microtrains caboose decorated for Union Pacific. It's one of their early cars. I think this actually is a similar caboose that SP used.
Okay.
But UP had a few of these too, because if you remember, back around the turn of the 20th century, like 1900, 1901, that era, UP and SP were actually under the same ownership at that point.
Oh, I don't remember that long ago.
Well, no, but you may have heard of it. I don't know. Anyway, they had some standard designs for things, and this was one of those. Before they were actually broken up by antitrust stuff, and then of course, ironically, almost 100 years later, they merged it again. But so I found photos of a UP caboose that was pretty similar to the Microtrains car, and the Microtrains car was already decorated for UP, but I wanted to make it a little more authentic. So I did some things to it. I painted the boxcar red on the roof.
Okay.
And I added the window kit, which Microtrains sells for this car, because I think it looks better to have some window glazing in there than just open holes. I also
nothing screams toy like no glazing.
Yeah. I also put about a quarter of an ounce extra weight in there, so it has a little more weight. I like an N-scale. Sometimes cabooses will bounce, like they'll go down the track and they'll be doing this.
Yeah, because there's no weight to it.
Yeah, so I think having a little more weight on the last car helps to keep that from happening.
Yeah,
keeps a little more tension on the coupler springs.
Sure. On all the cars, really, huh?
Yeah. I also painted the ladders on the ends red following photographs, and also the grab irons are cast on, but I very carefully got them with a brush.
Yeah, they actually look good because they're different colors, so they almost look like they're separately applied.
Yeah, thanks. And this plastic, whatever, I think it's Delrin or something, that they make this.
That's that slippery stuff, huh?
Yeah, it's really, really slippery, and it's notoriously hard to paint. So what I do when I paint it is I first get my hobby sandblaster, and I sandblast it. It gets rid of the shiny finish on the plastic and leaves a kind of this dull finish. And once you do that, and then you wash it and let it dry, then you can actually paint it, and the paint will actually not flake off every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Another thing I did with this car was to swap out the original trucks with some express trucks from Microtrains, which look a lot closer to the trucks that UP was using on these cars. And I also put some Fox Valley wheels instead of the Microtrains plastic wheels.
Yeah, I noticed that they were metal.
Yeah, I like metal wheels on all my rolling stock.
Well, as usual, and looks nice. It looks better than I'm sure it looks better than it would have had you done nothing to it.
Yeah, thanks. I haven't weathered it at all. That's probably something that would improve it a little bit too. But anyway, I think it's a reasonably authentic model of a UP caboose.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like about it, Dan, is that those ladders look really thick, and I don't know how you get scale ladders in N-scale.
Well, it's about as I don't know what else you would do. They are actually, the real ones weren't actually made of wire or like round stock. They were actually flat.
Oh. They must have been hard on people's hands trying to climb up that.
Yeah, I don't know, but I have seen them, and they were kind of at least if the UP cars were similar to the SP cars, they were actually kind of a flat.
Yeah.
I guess the rungs were actually round, but the vertical pieces were like flat pieces of metal.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Anyway.
Well, all right. Well, I guess that'll do it for this episode of Dan's Models. We'll be back next week.
Yeah, see ya.